All right, good afternoon, everyone. Again, thanks for your patience. Sophomore wide receiver Jamire Calvin's now at the podium, so we'll go questions in the room first, and then we'll go questions on the phone. So let's go in the room. Go ahead, Theo.
Jamire, why do you think the offense kind of finally started clicking? You guys were able to put together 4 quarters as opposed to kind of San Jose State where you guys kind of went dormant after halftime. Why do you think you guys were so consistent Saturday?
I think it just comes with experience, that game time play. We played 2 games, so we kind of getting a feel for each other, so just building that chemistry.
Is it surprising how quick you guys have been able to mesh with Gardner despite him only coming here in May, only having a few months to kind of build chemistry with all the receivers and the offensive line and running backs?
He has a real big personality, so he's kind of an easy person to get along with. So throughout camp, even before camp, like in the summer, just extra throwing, practice with him, film, just extra stuff like that has helped us be able to build the chemistry real fast.
Does it generally take a little longer to build chemistry with the new quarterback in your experience?
No, I feel like it's always been generally usually pretty easy. If you have a good quarterback with a good personality, usually things go smooth.
Jamire, with so many players from the California and Los Angeles area, does this game take on an extra meaning against USC, especially with you? And do you think it's taken over for a lot of players? The rival is more so than the Apple Cup.
I wouldn't say more so than Apple Cup, no, but there is a rival type feeling. But I don't feel like the importance of the game is any important than any other game. Eastern Washington, San Jose State, those games are just as important as USC.
Do you look forward to going back home and playing in front of sort of your home base?
Yeah, of course. I mean, being able to go back down to Southern California, playing in front of my family, that's going to be real fun, especially first time in college being able to play at home is going to be really fun.
You gonna have family members and stuff, family members and friends there to watch?
Yeah, of course.
Did you grow up cheering for USC or not?
Yeah, actually, I grew up a really, really big USC fan. The Reggie Bush era, that was always my favorite player. And then in high school, they were one of the only schools that didn't offer me, so I kind of built up a little hatred for them, but it's all love.
What was your favorite, USC football moment growing up, whether it was a game or a certain play that really kind of sticks out to you?
Reggie Bush's Fresno State game. That's always a big one for me. And then kind of cried after we lost to Texas when I was younger. That kind of hurt, but yeah.
Is it neat to see that WC has really built up a kind of a relationship with Cathedral High School with you, Renard, and more recently Khalid, and you guys have kind of helped recruit each other to Washington State, and it's really kind of a connection you guys have down there.
Yeah, I think the similar play styles that Cathedral and Washington State has is what attracts us. Like offense and defense, they kind of try to run the similar things. Our head coach was a real big Leach fan, so he tried to copy a lot of things that he did.
Did Renard really try to help recruit you up here, and then did you kind of really push Khalid to come up here?
In recruiting, I don't really feel I should push anyone. I kind of feel like you go where you should go. It's like you and your family, that kind of decision. So I didn't push Ali to go here. I just wanted him to go. The best place for him. And Renard, he recruited me a little bit, but it was nothing major. He was the same thing, whatever's best for you, he was happy with.
But you were kind of in contact with Khalid. Did he ask you about Washington State and kind of wanted to know his thoughts? And
yeah, he asked me a lot. I hosted him on his visit also, just to help him kind of get around, get to know things. So that was cool too.
Jamire, I had a question about your teammate Sept, and he's done really well in the red zone, particularly on those end zone fades. And just from a point of view that you've been around him a lot and watched him kind of work his craft, what makes him so good at that particular route?
His speed is like, you don't think he's as fast as he is because he may look a little slow sometimes, but he's faster than you think and he's quicker than you think. He's better on the outside, though. He knows how to kind of freeze the defender and then get outside and get leverage and be able to just catch the ball. He has really big hands, so catching the ball is not a problem for him.
Did you ever get a chance to play at the Coliseum growing up?
No, never.
So that's something that you've thought about for a long time?
As a kid growing up a USC fan, of course, playing in the Coliseum is always one of your biggest dreams. Being able to go up there and play on the opposite side makes it a little bit more fun, though.
how many tickets do you need for Friday?
A lot more than I have, but
Particularly these Southern California games, with a lot of players being from Southern California, is it kind of a battle to try and get those tickets?
It gets kind of difficult. Sometimes your family just has to stick it out and buy a ticket or just watch on TV like everybody else. Kind of limited as college athletes.
How do you make the decision between who gets to go to the game, the few tickets that you do get, and who has to watch at home?
That's kind of the hard part. I kind of just make sure my dad and my mom have one, and then they just figure it out from there.
Speaking of SC, and what kind of challenge do they present on defense after you've gotten a chance to look at film?
They're a man-based team. They run a lot of man. We don't really see that generally because our offense, we see a lot of drop eight, a lot of zone teams. So just going up against man is going to have to change kind of our play call and the way we go out there and play and our approach to the teams.
Was there a game at Cathedral that both you and Renard really kind of stuck out and each had a few touchdowns, like a memorable game your senior year maybe, or I guess what have been your junior season?
Felt like every game. Like I felt like we both got into the end zone pretty much every game. I can't really think of a game that sticks out to me though.
Was there ever a moment this summer where you really realized that things with Gardner were probably going to click and work for this team?
Just getting out there. I think first day of 7-on-7, he came out there and he was 100% on the day. I think he went like 16 for 16 or something like that. Threw a couple touchdowns. So that's when I kind of knew that he had real good potential.
Anything else in the room? Okay, to the phone. Any questions on the phone line for Jamire Calvin? Okay, and back in the room?
Jamire, you're off to a really fast start this season. Can you kind of compare this season with last year and just your understanding the offense and all that?
I think it's just maturity level. I feel like coming in as a young freshman, only having about 4 weeks to kind of prepare for the season was the hardest thing for me. So just the transition from freshman year to sophomore year, learning the offense a little bit more, just being a more mature athlete, learning how to take care of my body, weightlifting, gaining weight, all those things play a big factor that a lot of us don't even know coming in. You kind of expect more than what's going to happen. In college, it's kind of like you just have to be patient. It's all about opportunity. You have to take advantage of every opportunity. I feel like my freshman year, some opportunities I didn't take advantage of because I may have not been ready for the moment. But like I said, just maturing process.
Anything else for Jamire? Okay, thanks Jamire. We'll be back with